So let's look at something funny for a change amidst all the rampaging misery, shall we? So, just some guy, and thank you to my co-host for sending me this, even though I had to look at it from a different browser because for some reason, just some guy has me blocked on Twitter. Why? Why do you think that is? It couldn't possibly be because despite having around 15 times my sub count, my video of him responding to V has more views than his original video of him responding to V, and a better like ratio as we bathe in the superior bukkake of likes, is it? I'm not boasting, by the way. Yes, I totally am. But it's still funny either way. Now, you guys know me. I said this before. Make your case before you go gung-ho with the insults. However, considering the first video I made of him was called Just Some Guy is a Colossal Moron, I feel like I can skip the pleasantries and just go straight for the jugular. He is a moron in two ways. One, he has absolutely no idea what he is talking about when it comes to politics. And two, he is unable to learn that he has absolutely no idea what he's talking about when it comes to politics. I don't follow him, but apparently he went completely off the rails when he defended, certain Netflix pieces, shall we say, as well as a complete misunderstanding of the Florida bill, if I am not mistaken. Then he had a go at V, seeing fascismus in the phrase the left believes in equality while the right believes in equality, and demonstrating not only does he know nothing about politics, he evidently doesn't really know much about English either, seeing as he doesn't know meritocracy and quality are synonymous. Or that he would bring up race when V never did, telling him not to talk about those issues seeing as he doesn't live in America. Flying merely over his empty noggin is the fact that he is being a condescending twat waffling on about European history, talking down to a man who was born in Europe. Smug, wrong, and stupid. The lack of self-awareness just boggles my mind. You know, you would think if you had any capacity for self-reflection, getting ratioed to bits, your video getting thoroughly mocked and ridiculed as the pathetic pile of misfiring fail that it was, that this is not a domain for stunted amateurs and you should probably shut the hell up. That is what any sane, rational person would do. Unfortunately, we're not dealing with someone who possesses either of those two qualities. Something that I've become acutely aware of in, I would say, the last year or so, and it's just become increasingly apparent, liberals are mentally unstable. Not leftists, mind you, liberals. And at this point, liberalism is just the first step in a march towards leftism. Become intertwined it has. In fact, Just Some Guy is the manifestation of this. And you might have noticed nothing these people believe in is objectively true. Literally nothing, not a damn thing. And as such, I've devised a formula. If you are not of the right, any deviation away from it requires you to believe at least one lie. And the further left you go, the more you will find yourself lost in the abyss, drowning in a sea of insane, ignorant stupidity. Which brings us to Just Some Guy. Again, not sane or sensible, and he's incapable of learning from mistakes. If only those traits were indicative of something. Oh well, I'm sure my comment section won't give me their opinions. Again, you would think, after the scuffle with V, he would not try this stupidity again, but nope, this time he's going to tackle Sargon. And Sargon's tweet here is about the left having absolutely no throttle on their savagery when it comes to their perception of liberation. Speaking as a South African, I can attest, yes, this is absolutely the case. One of the first few pages in that book I edited, The Good Pagan's Failure, also mentions this fact. How much blood has been shed in the name of liberation, as if that is the ultimate noble goal. Something that you will notice with the liberal virtue signaling variety, they have this weird desire to flex they aren't of the right. Why? I haven't the faintest freaking idea, because again, they don't believe in anything objectively true. What they flex then is this kind of bollocks, something that clearly isn't true. You know, it'd help your argument if the right hadn't spent the last year applauding the atrocities committed against the Ukrainians. The right doesn't seem to have a problem with said wartime atrocities as long as it is done by the people who share their values. What I want to know is, who exactly is this for? What possesses him to say something this outlandishly contentious? Does he not realize he comes across like the stupidest asshole? His level of projection is freaking next level. Watching him interact with the world is kind of a spectacle in and of itself. Gives no examples, gets heavily ratioed, completely misunderstands the point, builds a false argument upon this misunderstanding, and then in a drunken, cockeyed state misfires and shits all over the walls. Evidently, he's learned nothing from the V debacle because he's doing the exact same thing here. I don't know what right-winger he imagines in his empty head, but man, it must be potent enough to destroy brain cells because his capacity to reason is severely diminished whenever politics rears its ugly head. The thread is full of people either mocking him or asking for citations, and rightly so. This is how you know he has never spoken to any right-winger in his entire life, well, at least not when it comes to this, because damn near every right-winger I know, because we actually do our research, we're not simply narrative-swallowing spastics who spew out dim-witted opinions on the Twitter, said, why the hell are we getting involved in a territorial dispute on the other side of the damn planet? Why are we escalating this by sending them billions upon billions of dollars that is ending up who the hell knows where? And how is any of this in the interest of the American people? And the Western world, for that matter. Anyone with sense knows this whole affair was brought about through continuous American military expansion pushed by a group of aging hellspawn with the justification of not doing so will see the rise of the Soviet Union 2.0. And this is not some Putin talking point, mind you. These sentiments were echoed by an American statesman about 10 years before Putin was even in freaking power. Not that just some guy would ever know any of this, because every time he opens his yob, all he does is drool an astounding amount of emotionally driven ignorance. Here's some advice for you, just some guy, that you will never learn. If you don't know something, fuck off! Precisely. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.